Good morning, lovely viewer. It's once again today's live on Echo Television International. Yes, your time with us today. Yes. However, today I'm going to be alone on set. Yes, please enjoy me today. Indulge me a little bit. Go to our social media, follow us, contribute, drop your contributions. We want to hear what you have to say, or rather, I want to hear what you have to say. We're alone in the studios. So today we're going to be talking about another interesting thing, and this is topical because it is what we find in our environment today. That's what we are struggling with. This is what we are dealing with. This is where we are right now. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the elections. Yes, the elections. So we were on the streets this week and we heard the opinions of fellow Nigerians on what is transpiring the presidential election that just went down, and the gubernatorial elections that has been postponed and is coming next week rather than this week. Yes, so we're going to be engaging you today in this conversation together with those of us that we met on the street. Yes, I hope that you would enjoy our sessions with them. So they will be talking about a few things, and I do hope that you enjoy. So right now, we
see the seats, we see inconsistency in the arrangement. We saw an INEC that is not prepared, but give a kind of belief to the system that they were. So if you listen to what the chairman said, that everything was in order, has to do with transmission and all those things that gives the youth confidence to come up. We did not see that. So it was like a charade that something was cooking that did not give us a bit. To get their place seated, to get them fixing. I did everything to phone. So it was not a shock for me that time before the day vote. So whatever it is, I'm going to vote. So they cannot discourage me. I'm out.
That was a beautiful video. Did you hear how what he was talking about? He spoke about how he went out to vote, and he's still convinced that he will still go out and vote regardless of what transpired, and to actually exercise our franchise, to go out there and vote and do what is right by our nation, our country. And before we continue talking about more, I think we should take the second one as well.
My take on the presidential election is people really turned out. In fact, I've never witnessed election that crowd throughout. The youths were out. In fact, it was an interesting election. Due to the announcement, people were discouraged. What we voted for wasn't the result we got. And we also had results from polling units specifying particular party that actually won. To be precise, more like our own area, Labour Party swept. PDP were having just small, even as a polling station, APC had only 3. So it was disappointing when the result came in. It wasn't what we voted for. It may affect people's voting because many people, what they voted for wasn't what they got. Of 40, 45 years. Even I saw somebody about 50 years who said this is the first time he is coming to vote and meeting a disappointment. He is saying this is the last voting, even threatening to destroy his voter's card that is useless, coming out to vote. If not, we encouraging some to come out and vote. They should not, because of what this is. The next election is what is what. Yes, I encourage people. Well, not because of the presidential election. In fact, like most of them are saying, we don't have structure. If we vote and bring people from don't have members, imagine what happened. We have some members in Senate, in the House, and the lower house, the state. If we have people, it then means Labour Party is growing. So we are having that structure, physical structure they say we don't have.
Wow. Mr. Samuel is really disappointed by the result of the elections. However, he's determined to still come out and vote for the gubernatorial. He says that it is the closest to us, so we need to go and vote. And he's encouraging people to do the same as well. What do you think? For me, I think that's very important. That is necessary. It's important that we encourage people around us to come out and vote. Yes, as I said, today's topic is come out and vote. We're not voting this weekend. However, the next weekend, I hope the Nigerians will come out in their mass and come out and vote and do the right thing for our country, for our nation. Yes, that's the best thing that we can do for our nation. Come out and exercise your franchise. Don't be discouraged. Just because the person you want is not declared as winner doesn't mean that you should be discouraged. I think you should forge ahead and continue. And on that note, we'll take the next video.
What I will say about the election is the first thing I was happy is that the peace all over the nation, everywhere was peace. There's no aftermath of election like how we used to experience before. That maybe after election you see crisis here and there, killings. So for this one that just passed, I would say there's nothing of such. Okay, though I don't know the reason of it being postponed, but I pray for good. Yes, okay, I can say yes because already some people must have traveled to their various hometown for the election, and then it being postponed till next week now. So if many of them will go back to their various working places on Monday, I don't think some will be motivated to go back again for the election. Toll on us. No, I don't think so, because if it's going to affect the election, it could have affected the one of last 2 weeks. Yes, so I don't think it's going to affect the election. I would definitely go out and vote.
Great. I love the fact that Rose is really positive about the elections. She mentioned one thing, and I totally agree with her. For a larger part of the country, the elections were peaceful, and that's really one of a kind for considering the previous elections that have gone down and how everything had turned out. But this time around, the elections were peaceful. It went awesome. It went great, and everybody did what they needed to do, and everybody was where he needed to be at the right time. And also the aftermath, there's peace, even though people are not, a number of people are not pleased with the results. There's still a semblance of peace. There's peace in the country. Everything is going out calmly and smooth. And that's what Rose picked out. Rose also mentioned that the Naira scarcity, she doesn't think it should affect the elections as well, because it did not affect the previous one. Yeah, to an extent, I think that makes a whole lot of sense. And I believe that she's not the only one who holds this idea in her mind. Yes. And also about the gubernatorial election, she has said that she's going to still go out and vote. Don't you just love the determination of Nigerians this time around? Everybody is ready to go out and vote. Well, on this note, we'll take the next video.
Well, it's quite unfortunate because the candidate that I'm rooting for to win did not win, but we are hoping, as we're waiting for the best, because there is nothing we can do about it. Because as it is right now, I voted for Peter Obi to win the election, but it's quite unfortunate. But we are hoping and praying for the next president-elect to do as in the good work that Nigerians are waiting for, as in yes. So that at the end of the day, but well, I was so disappointed at some time, but it's okay. It's okay. But it's fine now. Right now, I don't even know the main reason why the election had won, so that at least I will, just because of the election. And now that it has been postponed, I don't know. But for me, I wish we just do it this week. I'm not happy about the postponement of the election. Seriously, I wish the election will commence this week. Well, so like it is right now, I can't speak for other people, but for myself, I think it might. Why? Because there are some people, just like I said, that make I hear in just for the election, because it's just a couple of some days now. So now, because the election has been postponed, now they have to, I will go and vote for my candidates. Yes, I will, and I'm also encouraging Nigerians to vote. Though I know plenty were disappointed about the outcome, but still I will still encourage them. We should never give up. We should just go, because it's our legal right to vote. So I'm encouraging them. I'll advise, even me myself, I will vote because it's my right. And I will be so glad and happy to see at the end of the day my candidate will win and you
Go from victories. I really loved it. I love the fact that the elections didn't turn out how she will. But at this point, I would like to address something. She mentioned that she's not really aware of the reason why the gubernatorial elections were postponed. And I think that it's essential that I tell you why. Okay, so there is the INEC had been taken to court for reasons by the Labour Party and the PDP asking for access. The INEC itself needs the beavers to work for the next. It will not have the same issues that we had during the presidential elections. There were a whole lot of complaints, others were functioning, and there were a whole lot of complaints from some. The beavers to reconfigure it, and the elections cannot take place this weekend. I do hope that you would understand. And let's continue to be patient. As she said, it's our civic duty, our legal right to actually go out and exercise our franchise, to go out and vote. And that is why she's encouraging us not to relent, but rather go out. Is she disappointed? Yes. Would she not go out and vote? No, she mentioned that she will go out to vote and that she'll be happy if her candidate at the end of the day wins. I hope that you carry this kind of attitude towards these elections that are coming as we continue moving. I hope that you would keep this in mind and be deliberate about going out to exercise your franchise, to come out and vote. There are people out there who are depending on you, that you would come and join them so that we would join hands and build our country and make our nation great. Yesterday on Today's Life, we were talking about how we want a better Nigeria, how we want a Nigeria that is awesome and great. And to be able to do that is for us to come out and exercise our franchise. Do your duty as a civilian, as a civic, as a Nigerian. You need to go out and do your duty right. Yes. Okay. I think we should take the next video, don't you? Let's take it.
Well, the election have come and gone as usual. We really appreciate the people's effort. We know people really turn out in mass to make sure that the election took place. Everybody was allowed to express and then to participate in the voting process. Thank God it went successfully. Some of us are not really okay with the outcome, because what we really expected is to know what we see, but then there is nothing we can do. Since they have already gone to the upper court, we are expecting that justice shall prevail at the end of the day. Well, if it's going to come out well, there's no problem. In every disappointment, there is always a blessing at the end of the day. So the election being postponed, I don't see that as anything bad. They have a tangible reason for postponing the election based on what they said. If it is true, fine. We believe that even if it's going to take more than this period, even after next week, if they still postpone it, it will still take place. So we don't have much worries concerning that. We believe that election will still take place. Students came back home because of the election, and the election has been postponed. Well, most of the students are already disappointed because they thought this is the right time for the election to take place so that they will go back to school and continue with their studies. But since the election has been postponed, I think a lot of people have mixed feelings concerning this. Well, they will have to take it in good faith. Since it is from the federal government, we don't have a say. In the next election, INEC should be well prepared, because the way I see it is as if they don't even look prepared. If INEC is really prepared for the presidential and gubernatorial elections, all these postponements should not have happened. So in the next election, they should prepare so that we will not be disappointed the way we are now. Because a lot of people have left their state, like me. I came from Abahead. No cash, we have to pay one time, we have to be an easy thing. So me, I'm not coming back. I'm disappointed already. Yes, the Naira policy really affected it, because I have I'm supposed to come with my husband and my younger sister and her own friend for the election, but because of the money, we don't have much at hand. So I was the one that they just agreed that I should come over, because we don't have much money to transport us to and from. So I decided to come because I want to be part and parcel of this election. But at the end of the day, what did I get? Disappointment after spending transport.
Okay, that was great. And did you see how bitter she was about this fact that she's not going to be able to engage in the elections because she cannot go back and come back again? There's no, the Naira scarcity is really bringing things to a different level for her. Yes. But she still encourages people to go out and vote. I think that the important thing about what Mrs. Victoria said just now is that Nigerians are ready to come out and vote. Nigerians are ready to come out and exercise their franchise. And Nigerians are tired of the stress, the troubles that they have been facing. And we want to change. We want a different Nigeria. We want a better Nigeria. We want a new Nigeria. A Nigeria that works. in Nigeria that functions. Yes, that's what she's saying. And Miss Victoria is positive, or rather, she is of the opinion that this is really going to affect the elections, the postponement of the election. I mean, it's going to affect the turnout of voters. She spoke about the students having to come back and hoping that they would go back to school, and now they might just have another extension of 1 week before they go back to school because they want to participate in the elections. Wow. A lot of people being affected by these elections, but then again, the fact that we are taking out of our comfort zone, the fact that we are not allowed to just live a comfortable life, or rather, the fact that people are not allowed to have, are not given the opportunity to have a comfortable time for these elections. They're giving you an extra week after you're thinking, okay, by the end of this week we should be done with elections and all that. But people are now are beginning to think that there's going to be an issue. Some people are already too discouraged that they will not come out and vote again. As she mentioned, when she goes back to Abuja, she's not going to come back. And there are likes of her a lot who have traveled different places because they want to come to vote, but now they have to go back and come back again. Well, I do hope that everybody finds what they need at this moment. But what is essential, and I think what is the bottom line, is that if you are opportuned, please come out and vote. If you are opportuned, do not let that opportunity pass you by. Come out, cast your vote, pick out the person that you think is the best for that place, that position that you are. Think on that. Think on that as we take the next video.
I think it was peaceful, and in Plateau State it was a wonderful one, but according to how the results were, it was not according to what the masses wanted. Based on the recent happenings, I think it's postponed because of the recent court cases that has been pending concerning the electoral body between the presidential candidates and also the beavers. They are saying all sort of news that it has to be rectified, and they have to clear some certain things before it can be used. Is for the voter to go and exercise his franchise. That is, the voting practice is right, and every citizen, once you have reached the age of voting, you have the right to vote who you want. Yes, definitely I will. Other people out there, let me just say my last word of advice is to tell them to exercise patience and to still come out for the second round of the elections, because I know most people will be downcasted because of the recent happening on the other elections. So I encourage everybody to go out and vote. Let no one lose hope.
Go out and vote. Go out and vote. That is what Victor Ula is telling you. Go out and vote. Do not let discouragement cause you to not go out and vote. Please go out and vote. Yes, that's what Victor Ula is saying. And I think that it's important that you see he's a very young boy, fresh, just growing, and he's so interested in what is happening in our country right now. And and he mentioned that he would definitely also go and vote. I don't think it was taken, but he said he was going to go out and vote. He promised that he would, and he is deliberate about that because he wants a better Nigeria. He wants a Nigeria where he can go to school freely. He wants a Nigeria where he can succeed with a certain form of ease. Yeah, he wants a Nigeria that works. As I said earlier, he wants a Nigeria that works. Everybody wants a Nigeria that works, don't you? And because of that, he is keeping on. He's still saying, he still keeps on telling you that you should go out and vote. We should all go out and vote. See, if you do not vote, it is to your own detriment. You will not be able to put the person that you want on that seat. And if you don't put the person that you want on that seat, then you don't have any reason to complain because you were not even engaged in the process of putting that person on the seat. If you have exercised your franchise, then you're justified. But if you have not done it, how would you be justified? Well, it's important that we do the right thing. We do what we need to do at our own corners. You need to do what is right for you. You need to do what is right for your country as well. So do go out and vote. That's from Ula, actually. That's what Victor tells you. Okay, so let's take the next person.
But though he has gone, it's not a proper election because there's chaos on the election. It's not good. The election is not going for straightforward. That's what happened, but he has gone. Yeah, so we're expecting the local government election, the state government election, both the assembly and the governorship. No, they postponed it because of the beavers. What was going on with the election? What the beavers? They don't do stay and forward the election in Nigeria with the scale leg. So that they postponed it because they have problem on ground. You get me right? Yes. It will affect them because they postpone it. So people have one or two things to do in their living. But you affect them because this is what's going on, the money issue. This money issue in Nigeria is going on. The old lot. The buyers they don't accept it. All the sellers they don't accept it. That's what's going on now. To one personal opinion, I can come out to vote, but what of others? They can't come out because what's going on? Well, nothing is safe forward. Nothing is safe forward in this country again because it's going zigzag. It's not going safe forward by this government. As far as if there are free and fair election, next time people can come out and vote. You get me right? Yes. So your advice to INEC? Your advice to do the right thing at the right time. You get me right? Yes.
Wonderful, right? He's pissed. No, he's really angry about some things that happened, that went down during the elections, and he's not happy about it at all. I think he was pissed. But rather, I think it's important that you note he said that regardless how he feels about the previous elections that went down, he still thinks that it is important to go out and vote. He says he would go out and vote. So if you're opportune to go out and vote, please vote. Please go out and vote. Don't let anything cause you to stop or relent. You need to go out and vote. Vote. Go out and vote. See, voting is your best option to make things right. It is important that you go out and vote because that's the best thing that you can do for yourself. The truth of the matter is that we have we have a problem in Nigeria, or rather Nigeria is struggling, and it is important for you to do your own part, to play your own part and go out and vote. Please do what is right. Don't be deterred. Don't let sentiments cause you to not do what is right for yourself. Thank you. It is important that you vote, because you alone are responsible for the person that you put if you do not vote. There's one thing I found very interesting about all the videos that we have watched so far. Every one of them is complaining about the fact that they are disappointed. They're disappointed at the result. They don't feel like the elections were transparent. They don't feel like the elections were clean enough to follow. However, they are still determined to vote. With the exception of Mrs. Victoria, she says she wouldn't be able to do that because she has no funds, and that she has a reason to not be able to do that. And there are a number of people out there who have those kind of reasons. However, if you are in the vicinity of your polling unit, do not relent. Please go out and vote. Vote the right candidate. Vote the right person that you need. The elections will not hold this weekend. However, make sure that it holds. When the elections are here, you make sure that you vote. You go all out and vote. Come March 18th, go out and vote for the right person that you want to be your governor, the persons that you want to represent you on the state level. Go out and vote. Don't let discouragement make you do the wrong thing. I think it's important for you to do that. And I think that this is a wrap on today's episode. I hope you did have a swell time with me here in the studios and listening to people on the streets and how everybody is ready, up and doing to go out and vote and do what is right. I hope that you have a good, beautiful, wonderful day. And remember that today's life will come back to you come Monday. And also that today's life is that zone that you need for anything concerning relationship, life, basically life. Yes, well, that's all on today's life today. So have a beautiful, wonderful day, and remember to be kind to one another. Thank you for staying tuned. Bye for now.